So with that minute silence, and it's always particularly sad when we lose somebody from the Warrior Nation family, as John Fontes. Jay Fight, how are you?
Good evening, Greg. And
a sobering note to join us.
It is, yeah. It was very sad news hearing that from John Mangos this afternoon.
Yeah, I know. John was really
quite
feeling it. Yeah, really.
And I believe the gentleman that passed away, Mr. Ramos, his son Alex is really good mates with our keeper Chris Theodoridis, so I'm sure that's hit Chris pretty hard as well.
Oh dear. Well, look, we won't dwell on it because it is all about Warrior footy tonight. But once again, our condolences to all the friends and family of Peter. 57. That's horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Jay Fight. First, the second of a 4-game and 6-day marathon for us. Catalina Street tonight, headquarters, battle of the land and the sea. You've got Sharkies against Warriors.
Yeah, it should be a very interesting game, Greg.
They give us a contest, don't they, Port?
Well, they do, but I was just going through the stats the other night, Greg, and in the NPL era, which is 2014 onwards, the teams have met 10 times in that time in the last 5 seasons. And I was staggered with the record. Heidelberg have won 9. And the Sharkies have had just the one draw in that 10.
So what you're trying to tell me is when I said they give us a contest, I was actually talking rubbish.
There's been a lot of those
1-0s.
And I remember a couple of years ago the Heidelberg.
I appreciate you pulling out that stat. As soon as I come up with some hyperbole to match the occasion, you just knock me down.
But they haven't been one-sided. There was only one-sided game.
All right, done. We're done. 6-1 here last year.
Oh, that was a big win, that one.
That really was. We're getting ready for the go button to be pressed at Catalina Street tonight as round 11 action under lights and just the first real chill of winter, I think, settling into the ground.
Now, Greg, interestingly, we've got Lucas Derrick, who finally makes his way into the squad for Heidelberg, a big boom recruit from pre-season. He'll be starting on the bench, as do Lewis Hall, Ruben Way, of course, never ever forget Alex Pavlidis, and of course, Jacob Burns.
Fire starter. Jacob Burns. That's why it's the fight there.
Yeah.
You're a little cutie, Jay Fight. We're ready to rock and roll. It'll be Heidelberg will fire down toward the social club into the ground to the left of screen.
Adjusting the nets there, the referee and the assistant. So
they're good on them. God bless them. Nothing better
than... You've got to make sure everything's in order, Greg.
Oh, yes, you need your nets right there where you need them, don't you, John? We're getting ready to see the dramas now. Been sucked out. Let's go again. Wind it up and away we go. Warrior Nation as they head toward the social club end, and Port in the away colours, the all-white, the Port Melbourne Sharks. I remember the days when Port was such a strength in this Victorian competition, in fact, early to mid-90s.
2001 grand final was between these two sides.
Indeed it was. I remember the old Taki Sfigos coached Port. Indeed. They were Tommy Cale, cops one in the back of the head. He's back in the game.
No free kick as usual.
Have you caught up with Tommy during the week? We're 31 seconds in.
I'm still on Cale watch, mate.
You really, really are. 30 seconds in at...
I may get nervous if he gets subbed off early, Greg. He may be
well, he knows where you are now. So it's been a big week. Looked like handball. Nothing called, and charging away was Ibrahim. He's a danger. Oh, look at that. He danced the samba against Stephen Pace, launched at far post, and they'll get it clear. Stephen Pace, did you watch it? It was almost like a dance routine. It was almost, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Like Dancing with the Stars.
I reckon slow that one down and put a tune as a backdrop, and you got a bit of footage there.
Samba rhythm there, Greg.
Harry Noon, wrestling, fighting, muscling.
Need to come on to me straight away because I'm struggling reading my own writing at times.
It's a 0-0 game, JW. Of course, he went off. Gee, that trial must have been brief with Central Coast.
I think it was throughout the week. One of 60 players trialling up there, I believe, Greg.
Port on the attack, first time, and a glancing header over the bar, just looped and looped dangerously. Daniel Clark, it was off the head thereof, and it's 3 minutes in, no score. Duff, J-Dub, back spinner was delicate for Harry Noon. Cahill looking to angle it inside. Shawnee, stutter step, bang, and straight into the arms of the diving Matthew Symes. Remember, Shawnee got that goal from the corner, round 1 last season.
Yeah, that was the one that was the only goal of the game, wasn't it, that day? And good link-up play there with Harry Noon and Tommy Cale involved, and eventually the shot, comfortable height for the keeper. So
I reckon they're looking pretty sharp right now, the old Warriors, mate. Well, they're not the old Warriors, they're the mighty Warriors.
That's Ibrahim, Greg, on the ball.
So it's Port moving it tentatively into the front half. That was better. Near post ball. Chris Theodoridis knew exactly where he wanted to track those fluoro boots under the 600 watt. I have no idea what a 600 watt lighting system means.
It's Lux.
Yeah, I know. Well, light, whatever it's called. What's it called? Just explain that, genius.
Oh, it's 600 Lux. I mean,
So the women on Wednesday night just gone through to the last 8 of the Nike FC Cup, so they continue their wonderful magical mystery tour of success in 2019. For the men, they've got cup action. Shawnee Ellis out of nowhere, out of the shadows. The flame-head Scotsman got a shove. Oh, Harry's there, up and under and over and crash and bang.
now, what's the story here, Greg?
I don't. What's he called?
Was a yellow card going to Port Melbourne play? Is it a free kick outside the box?
Yeah, it's a free kick outside the box.
It might have been for the challenge on
we'll
Sean
have a
Ellis.
look again. Hopefully we'll get that up on the... so let's watch again. The challenge on Ellis was inside, I would have thought. Okay, that's...
Well, it may have begun outside the box and he fell inside the box.
Oh, I don't think so, to be honest with you. Can we get another look at that replay before the free kick? No, we'll get Spielberg. Will sit on it, because we've got
We've got Sean Ellis lining up.
We do. Makes the calculation. He's a little beauty. The flame-haired Scott, left foot, slams it into the wall and it cannons away.
Yeah, couldn't get the elevation. And
Mulcahy wraps it up for Port. That was really interesting, I thought, to be honest with you. Well, not really interesting. Not, Tolstoy interesting.
as they bring it forward again, though, through Clark, Reg, and
don't worry
good
about
traking
it.
back.
Don't worry about it, John. You can hear the panic in your voice as Pace hooks it away. He's just a little champion, Chris Theodoridis.
But, gee, credit the Sharkies at the moment. They've really come to play this evening.
We got game, baby, at Catalina Street tonight. 22 played, no score. Sharks into attack from the corner. Eluded J-Dub. Calls for handball. I can't see what the ref there is from behind the pylon. It's a Heidelberg ball. So it'll restart from Matthews, Symes, and the live wire pace of the early going has perhaps dissipated a little bit. I think there's probably a bit of subtle acceptance that we go to the sheds at the interval and have a look at what we're doing and see if we can do it better. Stephen, don't you love him? Do you love him?
He's just laconic.
How can you not? He plays footy his own pace. Ironically enough, Les Dumbalis just over half field. That ball should sit for Harry over the back of Harry Noon. Was Maker. So many ways we could go. But we'll just go with the throw for Les Dumbalis. Harry Noon corner at the Social Club end of the ground as we tick towards 40 minutes played and a double goose egg game at this point. Les Dumbalis hoists it into the red zone. Man waiting downfield was Jack Petrie, glancing header inside. Well won Zara on the deck.
Oh,
and that
yes!
is a screamer from
Jumping Jack.
It was Jumping Jack. Oh my word! That was a screamer.
That's back to his best, Greg. What an absolute perler, Greg. The ball played around in the box, and let's have a look at that. Played around. JW with the header. Zara with a little pick off. And just goes back to Jack Petrie, and thank you very much as he drives that home and in off the bar.
What a belter. We said there's game breakers in this lineup, and
Unstoppable.
Jack Petrie, that was just electrifying In 1967, the Rolling Stones had a hit called Jumpin'
Jack
Flash.
And that's
Right then, Jumpin' Jack was Flash.
Well, that was an absolute pearl of Greg. He scored a few goals. I remember the game against Avondale a couple of seasons ago down at Knight Stadium. Very reminiscent of that. And if we go back even further, back to the days of Broadmeadow Magic up in, I think it was Newcastle in that initial FFA Cup match.
Well, as
very
we said,
similar.
Hey, bashed clear.
Rain's getting a bit heavier, Greg.
Chesnick's going to get leather poisoning. The rain may be here to stay. Forced back upfield by Petrie. Petrie chasing everything down. Woof, woof, here he comes.
A big cock with himself.
Jesus.
I reckon he'd be telling.
I don't blame him. We've really nearly the 2 minutes of time added on have now elapsed, and the referee, as the rain continues to tumble, the uninvited rain here at Catalina Street tonight in this round 11 matchup, the Sharkies have given us something of a game, but Jack Petrie has given us something of beauty, something of joy with a goal and 40, and that's what separates the two teams. We're ready to get going. Are we going to, where do Eskimos come from?
From Lapland.
Thank you. It's going to be, nope, they're going to have to take two on the start. It's the Sharkies footy. To commence the second half in a 1-0 game that was wonderfully wrapped up in somewhat emphatic fashion by Jumpin' Jack Petrie on 40 minutes. Go a long way to see a goal as good as that one.
An absolute screamer, Greg, and it came at just the right time for Heidelberg.
It'd really take the wind out of the sails for the Sharkies, wouldn't it?
Because they were really good for large portions, as we said, of that first
But
half.
how many times have we said that about opposition teams coming here? Danger now. Daniel Clark waits, hits the outside ball for Koniyaga. Is that the pronunciation? Is going to ground. Theatrical was Daniel Clark.
I thought it was it Obi?
No, Obi's always been in the Axis. Anyway, get back to it. We had one of our guest commentators, one of our special guest commentators, well won by Zarbel, bouncing awkwardly for Cahill. No trouble for Biles. Jade up outside, round the corner. Oh, well, Obi made a meal of it, but he drew it anyway. Yeah. So it takes more than that to keep little Obi. Yeah. I'll put him on the deck as well, but I suppose it's the theatrics of it, isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you one player that'd be loving this sort of climate would be Sean Ellis, the gingerhead Scotsman. He'd be loving this cooler weather and the wet conditions, reminding of back home in Scotland.
Is it consistently raining in Scotland, is it?
Well,
Sean Ellis.
Very much so.
Caresses that one into the sky, and I'll tell you what, Matthew Symes just bobbled for a moment.
Oh, he's
Porter
dropped
still
it.
in it. Kay, that's got to be a pen. That has to. Oh, you are kidding me.
He's given it, Greg.
Had
He's given it, yeah.
Had to.
The keeper dropped it. Made a meal of it, and then.
Wow.
I think the linesman called it.
Yeah, linesman picked that up.
You could not call it. Watch it again if we've got it. There's Spielberg.
Now,
Cahill stayed with him. The goalkeeper dropped it. Let's watch it
again. Let's
see
it again. You watch it now. He's dropped it on his own.
Tommy's
I don't think.
Just wandering past saying, "G'day, how you doing? I'm Tom."
No, he's dropped it. There's nothing in that. And now look at that.
Cahill's gone. Is he? No.
Yeah, dragged down.
WWE
now
wrestling hold. That was an arm drag to the canvas, and that is a penalty. Don't worry about that. It's 1-0. We played 10 second half. Just make a decision. Get on with it. Let's not go over.
It is a penalty. No question about it.
Absolutely.
And he's going to be yellow carded as well, Greg.
Fair enough. Now let it go. Just get the game rolling.
Absolutely, they can protest all they like, but it's quite clear on the replay.
He's out for a stroll, Tommy. He's just wandering, singing in the rain, Tommy.
He's just made a meal of it, the keeper. Unfortunately, he's dropped it, but then once he's dropped it, it's in play.
So we played 11 second half. It's a penalty. Top Cat.
Now, can
the invincible, the irrefutably magnificent beast, Top Cat against Matthew Symes. It's 1-0. Thanks to Windsor management. Tommy, bang, and that's a great stop. Well done. Symes did really well. He did. J-Dub. That was a great stop from Matty Symes.
Barless.
Powered in.
Offside.
Well, what a moment.
That's 2 penalty misses in 2 weeks.
2 successive penalty misses, and they'll be very disappointed.
Was that a miss or a magnificent save?
Well,
that was a magnificent save.
It was a good save, but really not well hit, Greg, straight at him.
Matthew Symes, right then, he had a moment because, there we go. Let's have a look again as Tommy sizes it up. That's going.
Yeah, straight at him, Greg, really. Not hit well at all.
Tommy's really going to be after you
Oh.
after tonight. Cahill
Oh,
was impeded or not. Well, it's
I
getting
think
a
it
little
might
bit
have
animated down on the bench. Good stuff in a 1-0 game.
Yeah, he got dragged back a little, but I don't think it was not quite enough. Was
danger.
Sharky's now in
Clark now and hoofed over in the end by the danger man, Chesnick.
Yeah,
J-Dub, scoop down the line. Harry, it looked like handball, no call. Harry's waits, Cahill, and no.
Out for a goal kick, I think, or offside. Now they're complaining. They reckon in that lead-up play, Harry Noon might have handballed it. I reckon.
Well, just get on with it. It doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, there's a
End of the
replay.
day.
In fact, in the end, that was off the Port Melbourne defender, so it actually should have been a corner.
Look, it is what it is. And now we've got the two coaches having quite a chat from 20 paces.
Top of the box.
What's happened is, that penalty, that's game, right there.
Yep, goes in, and that
goes in. But now they know that they are right in this contest with about 29 to play. No free kick. Yes, it was a free kick. The
that was probably one of the
Japanese number 22, the nimble
Konagaya.
I've got that wrong several times tonight. And
Jack.
I love that. He just went, he walked up to him and said, "Get out the way, son." A free kick. He's just
Get out of my area.
He's an angry cat, that one, Jumping Jack. And tonight he lit the place up with a magnificent goal on 40. That's the way it stays. We've played 16-17 in the second half, and it's Sean Ellis, the flamehead Scotsman, launches.
Tommy
Cahill, and right across the face of goal. Did under pressure Matthew Symes get a touch
well
to that?
again.
And he did. He's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, lovely free kick, Greg. Look at this. Whipped in with the left foot. Tommy Cole gets free. In between two defenders and a good save in the end.
So now it's been like we say it a lot, but it's been a bit of sort of parry and thrust, hasn't it? That's did they have the old sabres back at the Olympics in 2000?
Well, the old fencing.
The old fencing. So it's a corner to the Warriors. At the southern road in swing of far post.
Nice
Great leap. What a leap.
Maker it was, I think, in the end.
Well, he made it, didn't he? He had to make it maker, and he did. You see where I was going with that, Joe?
He made it.
He made it.
I was just trying to work out.
I can't see things.
Now,
right
Lesden Barlas might get a yellow card
behind the pole,
for a
and
descent.
I can't see a thing. Oh, there it is. Yep.
Lesden Barlas thinking that he got to throw in. It was gone the other way, and he gets a yellow card for a bit of lip.
It's definitely game on at Catalina Street. Tonight with the Port Melbourne Sharks bringing their A game.
They certainly have. And it's been an interesting battle, hasn't it, Greg?
It's been a beauty. I want to see as the Port player goes to ground.
Yeah. And another yellow card to Luke Bowles that time. Maybe again for a bit of dissent.
It would have to be. It couldn't surely be for the challenge.
And it's Daniel Clark, the player.
Is it though? I think isn't it DeGuy?
The number 10, Greg.
And number 10, and it is Daniel Clark, and he's played well tonight. It'd be a big loss for the Sharkies. Port force it clear and trouble. Now that is that Daniel Clark, or that might be DeGuy? He swings it across the body, and danger. That was the substitute. I can't pick this bloke up. Help me out, J-Fod. That's Mulcahy. Mulcahy goes right, left. That was DeGuy. And Chris Theodoridis, he was Johnny on the spot, or Chrissy on the spot, as Konagaya was there. In fact, Konagaya probably should have done better.
Nice move with that. They worked it well there, got the ball in, and the shot straight at him, but he had to make the save, so well done, Chris. As you can see there, the shot well struck. But
he really didn't have a lot of time to think about it, the little nimble Japanese number 22. Chris Theodoridis. So far, nothing to blemish him, nothing to blemish his record.
By any stretch of imagination, his best season, but you can just see he's just building up, as is many of the members of the team, just building up to their best form in the last few weeks.
I wonder how many, your name will be up on the whiteboard. Oh, Cahill target through the gap, bang, and no, and Matthew Symes just worried him out of it. Harry, Tommy, And in the end, Symes just worried him out of it. So have a look again. Have a look at it again.
Brilliant work by the two players there.
Look at that.
Harry Noon, lovely cushion header.
That was brilliant, Harry.
And it just was teasing. And
Well,
they stay in the game, Greg.
Symes made himself big, didn't he? Tommy wasn't sure. And
well,
wide of the mark, 25 played, so 20 to come in this one. Round 11 thriller at Catalina Street on Friday night. So it's the top cap getting a rest. He won't be happy about tonight. He won't be happy about that penalty.
And I'm just
quaking. Or the penalty that you should be.
I'm shaking in my boots as we speak.
He is going to be an angry... I'm telling you, John, that this man here on screen, Tom Cahill, is not a man to be reckoned with, and I am advising you
just
stay away from the social club tonight, because he will...
I might have to just...
he will damage you in ways.
I'll put the hood on and just sneak in there, Greg.
Welcome to the family.
Lucas Derrick.
Lucas Derrick.
Coming back from a leg injury. And
long toss, glancing header. Harry, danger, last gasp.
Get it again,
Harry again comes at it, and Lucas Derrick.
Well, almost got involved.
He leapt into it, didn't it? It was a good photo op for the spindly number 11. His background, Joe Fott?
Yeah, played for Northcote City a couple of seasons ago, and then, of course, underwent I think it's in the A-League youth system, Melbourne City, I believe. And comes to the club with big raps, as I said, very...
Oh, JW, the late challenge. He couldn't edge the Japanese player off the ball. He's away, the number 22. He drives toward the penalty area. Stephen Pace comes.
Oh, does well!
Oh, trouble for Heidelberg. He was really good there.
Les Dumbalis with the clearance.
And Stephen Pace in the end. Loops the header away. Sean Ellis can't reach it now. Looks of concern down on the bench. White knuckle right, I reckon. The Sharks are still going to come as long as they're alive on the scoreboard, John.
Yeah, it was a great run by Kunagaya there. And you have a look at this cross coming in. It just, Les Dumbalis in the end with a...
And Warriors at the other end. Lucas Derrick. He rifled the shot in.
But Port Melbourne again on the attack. They're piling up.
Oh, they are.
Piling
into the last 60 seconds.
Desperation now.
So it's just, chest down. Dumbalis again for... There were some claims of handball. We're into the last 60. We're into the last 60, good folks, at home on HUFC TV. Jack Petrie on 40, and that's the way it stays. And the Sharks are coming in with the tie. The ball over the top. The run from the champ. He bustles, he hustles after it. Ruben steps inside. Lethal.
And he's put it away.
He's lethal from there. And 2-0. And Ruben Way with pace and venom. Bang, and it's 2-0.
Well done, Paul O'Brien. Take half of that goal. Won the ball, found Ruben Way, kept his cool, and then slots it past Symes and Frank that one down now, Greg. 2-0 and second spot outright. He's there for the Burgers.
You can unclasp and you can wipe the perspiration away.
Bit of relief and a bit of joy there, but magnificent finish.
What a finish. What a finish. Warrior Nation, baby. Ruben Way makes it 2-0. If you're not in love with Ruben Way, you don't love life.
Magnificent.
That was fantastic stuff.
And that was the last kick of the game, Greg.
So we winded up in an engaging struggle tonight, Jay Fott, here at Catalina Street on this Friday night. Handshakes all round because the game was played in really wonderful spirit. Sharks got to be impressed. Well, just not quite enough.
Almost the archetypal Heidelberg Port Melbourne game, a titanic struggle. But the Burgers, well, they've just held sway in this NPL era, and they do it again tonight with it'll look comfortable on paper, Greg, but let's assure everyone that it was nothing of the sort. They had to work hard.
Dave is famous for his pizza, and for feta on toast, ask Lisa. And Mum's fresh fish, it's a rockin' little dish, and with watermelon kids go nuts if you like flavour that's so good. At Dodoni Feta, you know you should. Don't you love Dodoni? Don't you love Dodoni?
Fall in love with real Greek feta from Dodoni.